What's up guys, Over here, and today we're gonna be talking about Entangle, TGE, tokenomics, airdrops, all that. We're gonna start with the TGE. Actually, I'm making this video just about 12 hours prior to listing on centralized exchanges. And the reason is because we just several hours ago got confirmation and announcements on the listing and also announcements on the airdrop. So all this information basically coming in the last second. So first of all, regarding listing, we got Bybit, KuCoin, Maxi, and Gate.io. Interesting that on Bybit, the ticker is going to be NGL, and on the rest of the exchanges, because apparently there is another token with the ticker NGL there, it's going to be marked differently. On KuCoin it's gonna be KNGL, on Maxi it's gonna be MNGL, and on Gate.io it's gonna be GNGL. And trading starts March 13th, 8 AM UTC time. Now let's briefly go through the airdrop announcement. So what's the most important thing here? I would say that 3% of total NGL supply is gonna be reserved for the airdrops, and we're gonna look at tokenomics right after, but 3% is effectively 30 million tokens. And from these 3%, actually only 1% for the initial airdrop at the TGE, and 2% are going to be allocated later. However, even this 1%, first it's going to have 3-month cliff, which means it's completely locked for 3 months. Then it's gonna be vesting for another 6 months. Personally, I cannot understand this. Like, to me, this is completely unnecessary. Why would you lock 1% of tokens designated for the community for some actions that took place like half a year ago? So people did something half a year ago that you wanna reward, and you're making it a cliff of 3 months plus 6 month vesting, which means on average you're getting your tokens in like half a year. Obviously, team probably have reasons for that, but to me this is completely unnecessary. They could have just unlocked it a lot sooner. But nevertheless, what's the distribution? So 50% is gonna be allocated to Webverse holders depending on how many energy they accumulated. Basically, you're getting a certain amount of energy for NFTs for every day they are staked in the Webverse portal. Then we got testnet participants. As you can see, there are 2 brackets. The bracket number 1 for testnet version 1, 2, and 3. Eligibility criteria here are at least 10 transactions, participation in all iterations of the testnet, staking LP in liquid vaults, and passing anti-Sybil check. And for testnet v4, it's even harsher, I would say. You would need to conduct transactions for more than 21 days during testnet v4. And then complete everything from the guide effectively. Staking, delegating, etc. and also anti-Sybil check. Now, this may seem a bit harsh, but I actually think this is kind of necessary, because nowadays more people get into airdrop, so you see this influx of a lot of people on some multi-accounters, bots, etc. And even without multi-accounters and bots, there are tons of people who jump in, like do a couple transactions and expect some rewards. And there's only so much tokens to distribute. Like, for this pool, there's only 1,250,000 tokens. So I think with these harsher conditions, it's actually better, because less amount of people will qualify, but they will get larger allocation of the tokens. Then we got validators. This is sort of self-explanatory. Their pool is 1.5 million NGL tokens, and the last pool is for people who got airdrop whitelist role in the Discord, also self-explanatory. This could be acquired throughout 2023 mainly in various campaigns, various competitions, etc. So that's the airdrop, and as far as I understand, you cannot check right now whether or not you are eligible or not. But again, if you only care about the airdrop part, you pretty much can sit pretty for the next month and just wait for the announcement, come back like in a couple months even maybe, to check how things are going, because again, there is a 3-month cliff. Even if you are eligible, you won't be able to get your tokens right away. Just chill at this point, I would say. Now let's go over NGL Tokenomics really quick. So we got 1 billion tokens total supply, fairly standard. Initial circulating supply, excluding liquidity, says 18.5 million. And here you can see the full breakdown of the tokenomics. As you can see, there are a lot of categories in this one. And if you go over unlocks here, pretty much all categories have some percentage unlocked at TGE, followed by cliff, and then followed by vesting. So first investment rounds, we got seed, private 1 and private 2, together 22.5%. So as you can see, unlocks at TGE 5.5 and 6%, then a couple months of cliff, and then vesting. At this point, obviously, right before the TGE, we mostly care about the TGE unlocks. Then we got strategic partners, 2% and 1.45% respectively. And again, unlocks 10% and 5% of that respectively at TGE, again followed by cliff and vesting. Then the public round. There's probably a lot of people, if you were holding the NFTs, like me, you were eligible to participate in the public round. So a lot of people got Entangle tokens with for very good price. It was around like 6 cents. I personally hold not an agent, I hold a Weaver NFT, and I got max allocation. I think it was like $250 or something. And so in total, people have 32.5 million from public round. And then it's gonna 15% of that is gonna be unlocked at TGE. So that's almost 5 million tokens that's gonna be in the hands of community at TGE. Then we got ecosystem and infrastructure reserves. These are fully locked. They got 18-month cliff with no unlock at TGE. Staking rewards, I mean, this is again self-explanatory. You will be able to stake your NGL with the validator and earn some yield on that. Then we got liquidity. 10% is allocated for liquidity. Everything is going to be unlocked straight away at TGE. So this is the biggest pool by far. Excluding liquidity, there's only going to be 18.5 million tokens in circulation day one. However, various market makers are going to have 100 million tokens inventory on their hands. So obviously this is huge. Then we got marketing, 0 unlocked at TGE, no cliff however, and it will start vesting for a year. Same you can say about partnership and grants. You can pretty much combine this pool together and say, okay, not unlocked at TGE, but vesting starts right away. Then again, we arrive at the airdrop, and like, again, I don't understand, like, why it has to be 0 at TGE. Like, I don't get it. There is 18.5 million circulating supply, excluding liquidity. And by the way, 5 million is gonna be in the hands of community. So even if that million was fully unlocked at TGE, I don't think it would have made any difference in terms of like how tokens being traded. Team allocation, so 12% for the team, nothing at TGE, longest cliff, and longest vesting. No surprises here, it's a pretty standard practice in the industry. And then advisors, 3%, 2.5 unlocked. At TGE, small unlock, and then again, cliff sort of like team has. Now, what's interesting to me, I think with this distribution, price action is gonna basically be controlled by market makers. Some people will rush to sell whatever is unlocked. Some people will rush to buy, but I don't think the amount of these people and their demand and their supply will have any significant effect on the token price, considering how many inventory is going to be in the hand of market makers. It's also pure speculation because depending on the agreements between the team and the market makers, we can have very different scenarios because there are various models on how market makers operate, and depending on the model, it can be in their best interest do things differently in terms of price action. But yeah, again, we'll see. Nothing more to cover here. Again, this is sort of like right before the listing, we get all of this info, and still a lot of info is not available. Like, there is no information about claiming right now. Again, 12 hours before the listing. If you go on the Discord, I haven't seen the concrete information. I haven't seen announcements because, again, like this allocation, what we as community care about, this stuff right now. Because tomorrow I will obviously try to claim my allocation. I got my personal wallets. We participated from 2 wallets. One is my personal, one is our company wallet. And we got like, I don't remember the amount of tokens exactly. I think it's roughly like 5k tokens in every wallet. So again, 15% of that is not much, but still I would like to get it to an exchange prior to trading so I can sort of decide on the fly whether or not I want to sell it right there, and maybe maybe buy more. It's all depending on the price actually, because for the Entangle, if we check Whales market, for example, you can see that best offers are like 1.8 per token. So that's a pretty significant price. I would say that would put fully diluted valuation at 1.8 billion. It may seem like fairly high for the project that, again, flying under the radar. Because Entangle definitely flying under the radar for a lot of people. The potential of Entangle is huge. They got so much products, they got liquidity pools, they got photon messaging, they got data feeds. So on paper, even this valuation is very low. However, obviously none of these products are launched today. And actually, if you wanna know more about the product and the roadmap, I actually recommend you to listen to recent Twitter Spaces. You can find it on Entangle's X. They discuss the timeline for launching their set of products. But TLDR is the blockchain and the products will be launched starting like late March. Again, lots and lots of potential. Hopefully team succeeds, can only wish them the best. But going back to the topic at hand here, there is no, as of now, concrete information regarding the claims. The claims of tokens from the public sale. Hopefully there's going to be information and claiming possibility before the listing, or at least, several hours after the listing. I will upload this video, and as soon as I get information, I will put it in the pinned comment below the video. Probably going to be a pretty long video, so yeah, I just had to spew what I have in my head regarding all that stuff. Again, if you want to know more, check the recent Twitter Spaces. I will also link the main website and then 2 articles on tokenomics and the airdrop. And again, for more information, obviously the official X account and the Discord. Probably you're gonna find more on the Discord because there is always like discussion there regarding different topics. For now, thank you for watching. Don't forget to drop a like if that video was helpful, and I'll see you soon.